You are now listening to Out of the Blank.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Well, we are doing another episode of Out of the Blank podcast, and I'm here with Mr. Mike Lando Ferrando.
Welcome to Sith Talkers, a Star Wars podcast. I'm your host, Mike Lando Ferrando.
Son of a bitch. He got the wrong podcast again. Don't you understand? When we can do Michael Buffer on your show, but on my show, we're a little bit different.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Robbie Wan Kenobi.
Star Wars is over. It's okay. Just move on.
Star Wars is over.
Look,
oh, dagger in my heart.
We're heading to the new year, so we have to just look towards the future, and we all know what it's going to be. Okay.
Yes.
Jersey
It's going to be
Shore.
phase 2 of Star Wars.
Jersey Shore. What are you talking about?
What? Jersey Shore?
Dude, I'm going to make a reality TV show.
Fuck.
I already got the idea. Okay.
Oh my God.
We're going to have multiple characters, so it's going to be like The Bachelor. So stick with me on this one. We're going to have one famous celebrity guest star every episode, but we're going to get a crew of people. I'm talking about, you thought you saw Orange before with Jersey Shore and with Donald Trump. No, we're going even farther. We're going to start getting Macaulay Culkin back on. We're going to get Trump on, and we're going to tell Macaulay Culkin to ask Trump, what's going on in Home Alone? You didn't help me find the people. You just pointed instead of walking me over to. If you saw a child in need, you're going to help him out. You're going to walk him. Oh, let me find your parents with you. No, Trump was like, nah, you go that way.
What?
I don't know. I was running with an idea.
I don't know. I never watched Jersey Shore, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I mean, that's now that I actually say that, though, I start thinking really deep. I got lost in a store one time, and I remember how scared I was. And I went and go ask the lady, like, hey, can you call my grandmom to, like, the front? And she's like, yeah. So they did it over the loudspeaker. Yo, I immediately regretted that decision when I saw the look on my grandmom's face when she found me.
What, did she beat you with a fucking hickory stick?
It was one of those moments where you were like, oh, shit. Send her back. I don't want this gift.
Oh shit! Do we all have those stories, man? I have memory of being lost, and it's like the most frightening thing, like ever. Like when you're a child and you can't find your parents in a store.
I mean, she gave a good point. It was my fault. I did run off. She was like, don't move out of this aisle. And then like I got to the end of the aisle where like the Hot Wheels cars, and then at the end you get the puzzles and shit that no one buys. I was like right there. I was like, what happens if I go around the corner to this aisle? And then I went around.
I'm surprised you weren't in the cereal aisle, getting your fucking box of fucking Honey Smacks. So
Dude,
they'd like to send me pictures of.
They're gonna be a sponsor. Nobody ever believes about
be a sponsor. Well, okay, what's the Frosted Flakes has Tony the Tiger. Doesn't Honey Smacks have like a frog or something?
Dig 'em, dude.
What's the
Dig 'em
mascot?
Dig 'em, damn it, Dig 'em. His name is Dig 'em.
Sorry. He's not as famous as Toucan Sam. Okay.
How you gonna toss out Toucan Sam?
What do you mean? How am I gonna toss out? The most famous is
dude. You just
Tony the Tiger.
You just thought about the best TV show ever. If we got a reality TV show with people all dressed up like the cereal mascots and they have to live together in the house.
Have the fucking Rice Krispie guy snap, crackle, pop, right?
They'd be like what, Scottish and Irish? They'd have to be like.
They'd be the Three Stooges.
Then, but who would be Tony the Tiger? Will we get like Usain Bolt?
Yeah. I mean, but what other cereal mascots do we got? We got Tony the Tiger, Toucan Sam, like you said, those are the most famous. Whoever Dig 'em
is the most famous. You don't even think about Corny the Rooster. Nobody thinks about Corny.
Oh, fuck that guy. It's just a rooster. It's like real. Like it's like a rooster.
Corny the
Like that was
Rooster's
like what was on the
cornflakes.
box. I didn't want to buy that when I was a child.
Then you got
fuck the rooster.
What?
And there was no sugar on those fucking flakes.
That's the point.
Frosted flakes. So we got frosted
There
flakes.
was a reason behind no sugar. We talked about this before. It was developed to prevent masturbation in 1947 by Sir Harvey Kellogg because he believed.
Oh, good Lord.
No, that's a real fact. Back in the day, they believed
No,
that sugar led to passions increasing.
I know. Tony the Tiger right in the forefront.
Yeah, man.
Masturbate, kids. Here, have some more sugar.
Because they knew the product they were working with. It kids were buying it for sports reasons. The reason why you get into sports if you're a guy is because you have a lot of testosterone to get into a heavy physical sport. So they figured give the kids sugar, they'll be more pent up with their hormones. It's a sport brand cereal. There you go. What else do you want to talk?
Frosted Flakes.
That's how it happens.
Nah, because you already know, right? Wheaties is the sports cereal.
No.
Wheaties.
No.
Michael Jordan. Hey,
Wheaties
Michael Jordan was on the
AIDS.
box of wheat. Oh boy.
Is that the prize you get in the cereal? You just pour.
No, you don't get anything. I didn't eat fucking Wheaties. There's no sugar on it.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Exactly. That's
so I don't know.
Why do we have to have a debate on cereal? This is like
we're not having a debate because the best cereal has sugar on it, dude. Okay, like shredded wheat. No. Frosted shredded wheat. Rice Krispies. No. Frosted Rice Krispies. Come on, man.
If there was one thing I want for the new year is a sponsorship by Honey Smacks.
Oh, what about Apple Jacks? Remember Apple Jacks? No, that was supposed to be good for you. Little right apples on.
Yeah, here I come, my aunt Sydney man.
God, what are reminiscent? Actually, if you want to reminisce about old school, like commercials and stuff like that, dude, I always remember like the Tootsie Roll commercial, like when I was a kid, right? Tootsie Roll power with the chocolatey chew, right?
I don't
Tootsie Roll. I think I'm in love with you, whatever it is. I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me.
YouTube's gonna pull that shit. No.
Hey, all you old school 80s children out there, you know.
They know. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
How many licks does it take? 1, 2, 3. 3.
I actually counted as 197 for the Tootsie
Shut the fuck up. You're the one kid.
I'm not joking. I did it when I was like, I think 8 years old. We were in a car trip and I was like, I wonder. And I just kept licking. And then I finally got to the Tootsie part. I never liked the Tootsie part. No.
Oh, that was like the best part, man. Like the Tootsie Roll, like in the middle.
If we had to name candy brands, Tootsie Roll was like my least favorite.
Dude, it's like a ball. It's like a lollipop with a fucking Tootsie Roll in it. It's amazing. One of the best inventions ever.
Well, hold on. I do want to stick on this subject though.
Of what cereal?
No, we got to switch off that. We dropped so many name brands and none of them are sponsors except Honey Smacks will always get a pass. When it comes to the new year, looking back at the year you've had, what have you seen? Because I mean, I'm gonna release this on the 31st. So I'm not gonna have time. I'm gonna be
Happy New Year's Eve, everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year's Eve. It's also my birthday, so fuck you.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, my mom couldn't hold it.
So how old are you? 17?
I'm gonna be 14 and
See,
3/4. 14.
Look like you're 15. So
I keep the beard a little bit, you know, put a little beard growth in.
No, you like I said, you got the 15-year-old like facial hair. It's like it doesn't connect. And you can only grow it in certain spots, like the Keanu Reeves thing.
Yeah, I get like part of it on my ass or something.
Hey, dude, it took me like into my late 20s, I think, to even grow a full beard. And it does. It's like
my dad's like, you're gonna reach your full height when you're 24, and you're gonna get a
24.
That's what I'm saying, and I was like,
no, you stop.
No, that's what I thought. My grandfather backed him up on this. Listen.
No. You stopped growing when you were a teenager.
Was 24 when he reached the height of 6'2.5".
So he hit a growth spurt at like in his 20s. No
When
way,
my
no
dad
fucking
was in
way,
his
man.
20s, my dad stopped growing at 5'10", and he hit a growth spurt and went up to 6'2.5". My grandfather backed him up on this. And then just the other day, I'm in my 20s right now. Just the other day, my bones were hurting like I was going through growing pains in my fucking legs. Like I feel my bones actually like feel like they're extending out. I was like, "What the hell is this?" And I was like, I remember from when I was a kid when I hit my growth spurt in school, like those, you don't remember that pain. That pain's like you're sitting down, like, what is happening? Like I felt like I
I
was
don't know what the fuck you're talking about because I'm like 6 foot tall. I've
not,
been 6 foot tall since I was 15 years old. I stopped growing.
not everybody's the same, man. Some people look like a failed member of Avenged Sevenfold, like yourself, and I look like Tom Holland. It's okay. Get past
You
it.
do look like Tom. He does. And everybody out there, if you haven't seen him, he looks like a 15-year-old version of Tom Holland.
Tom Holland
It's
already
pretty
looks
accurate.
15.
He does. I think, yeah, he probably looks younger than you.
What?
So,
What did someone get you a dog for Christmas or something?
dog. No, I got 3 dogs.
Well, the other one won't. Give him a biscuit. Give him a biscuit.
Yeah, they're wild. So if I don't know if we talked about this on past podcasts, but like, yeah, man, I have 3
You have
dogs. I
3
have
dogs and you have I think is it it's
5
yeah, 5 cats.
5 cats.
Yeah.
Yep. So I got Jaina, German Shepherd, female. I got Brady, male husky, and then I got Kira, female husky. And my cats, man, I got 3PO, Django, Lana, Prudence, Cade. I think that's 5.
So when
I'm
you're
even losing count.
so if you're looking into the new year of 2020, one of your things is going to be looking into more of euthanasia.
Yeah, no, it's no more. My house is a zoo, so
But
no more animals.
looking back on 2019 though, like what have you seen that you've changed or you are kind of grateful for?
Oh man. Well, this is really easy for me, man. I am grateful for any free time, my friend. Like, I think we all take time, even free time, for granted. Now, I have like 2 more days. Like I have today and tomorrow, and then Wednesday I'm back to it. I do get the day off, but I gotta go back into my second job on Wednesday. Because so I've worked 2 jobs all year since June, and just having that time to yourself and just being able to relax and decompress is very, very important.
All that I
And
just heard masturbate.
yeah, that too. But I mean, no, in all seriousness, like
You can do that at
everybody,
UPS.
it's FedEx.
Your
FedEx.
customer service, they don't know what you're doing.
Hey, I work at customer service at my full-time job, and I basically am a well, I'm not like a package handler because I work in it's called induction, and I'm actually like a like a team leader without the team leader title at FedEx, but like it's called induction. All the packages come up there and we got to flip them and make sure the labels are up so they go through the scanner correctly. And you got to make sure if it can go on this, if it can go on the belt, if it can't go on the belt, this and that. And I got to look after everybody. Anyways, fuck all that shit. Because I ain't working right now. I don't even want to talk about fucking work. I work way too
But you're
goddamn
still
much.
handling packages even when you're not at work, if you get what I'm saying. Hey.
Oh my god. Do-do. Anyways, back to my point is everybody needs to detach, man. Everybody needs that time where you can decompress, you can sit back, don't have to worry about work or fuck dude, like I said, during the holidays is awesome and everything, but like I was off from work, but like I just been so busy, like, going here, going there, doing this, doing that. Um, but like today, I was able to like get up and I watched I finished finally because that's what I do when I'm on vacation every year. I always watch all the Star Wars movies, I watch all the Matrix movies, I watch all the Lord of the Rings movies, and I usually watch all the Harry Potter movies. And I usually have time to do all of that. I do it every December, and I just finished the last Lord of the Rings movie this morning. because I have time to do it. Hey, dude, I've had time to play video games, for Christ's sake. I haven't had time to play video games for like probably 7 or 8 months.
So
So,
you're just grateful for all the free time that you've been.
dude, for me, like I said, and everybody's different, but for me, man, like just I think you, like I said, you take for granted, man, like just that, you know, the time, like normal people, they work one job and they come home, they get on the couch, they watch TV, they hang out with their loved one. Man, don't take that for granted, because there's people like me out there who, when I clock out from one job, I clock into another job. Bam, bam, throughout the entire week, and I don't get to go to my couch, right? I don't get home until 10:30 at night, and then when I get home, I'm fucking tired, and I have to eat something, and I got to go to sleep, and I got to do it all over again. So yeah, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Just you know, people, and you don't really think about that stuff when
Well, I think
you just
you gotta really do what Tallahassee says in Zombieland. You gotta enjoy the little things. I think
uh,
what
yes,
makes it important is you need a time to reset as well. I think
no, absolutely.
if people are gonna make one decision into the new year is to probably spend a little bit more time doing something they want to do rather than putting in the time or effort into something that is not what they want. Just that
Uh,
problem is trying to
yeah.
find what you want. See, when you work for a
Well,
company and you're not happy at what you're doing, you're putting in so much time and effort into a place that is getting you nothing besides, yeah, a paycheck, which is beneficial. But I, I think setting aside some time to do things that are going to be in your own goal path or something. Like I know I don't plan on working where I work forever. So I'm putting in time doing podcasting because I enjoy it, but also because that is something that really resets myself. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, and like I said, I think everybody needs a reset button every single year. And if you hear that's my cat. I think you can. I don't know if you can see my cat.
I can
She's
see your
rubbing
cat.
up
The
against my
tail
mic.
keeps flicking across the screen.
There you go. See podcast. See, there you go. Real moments. My cat is. This is my office cat. This is Prudence. This is my office kitty. She hangs out with me in my office the most, and she always jumps up on my desk.
Hang on a
And
second. Hang on a
she,
second. You have an office cat? This isn't
yeah,
like
basically, yeah.
this
She's
is
like my
my
office cat.
office phone. I only keep it so wait, you just lock it in there? It's like
No, the
when you
door's
get out of
open,
when you
but
get out of the office, you just shut it. No, you're an office
no, no,
cat.
no.
You
Oh,
stay in
okay.
the
Well,
office.
right. I say office, right, because I do get to work from on my full time job. I do get to work from home pretty much every single day. So
Do you
this is
also
like my
have a
office.
bathroom cat as well?
Oh my
Put
god!
the cat on
Stop.
the table or on the floor or something. Good God.
She was like
Got
chewing.
five
Here
of
we
them.
go.
You can lose one.
There we go.
But
There, she's behind me.
do you have a bathroom cat, like one like that's next to all the towels? So you just, someone's washing all the towels or something, you just dry off with the cat.
No, well, Django, like when because he's like one of my bedroom cats. If I go into my bedroom bathroom, like yeah, he'll come in there.
Why choose a cat though? If
Dude,
I,
cats have weird. Like I said, 5 cats. Dude, they all have different personalities. Like they're all different.
I'm trying to think if I was gonna choose. I know I want a dog as the most. That's the only one really can get in the area. But I thought about getting a sloth for so long.
Sloths are cool. I've actually held a sloth.
It's 5 grand.
5 grand.
Exoticpets.com. You can get a sloth for
No,
five
oh, to
grand.
get one. So there's there's a place, I don't know, it's down south here, and I'm in Indiana. It's down south somewhere where you can go, and you'll have to edit. You're just hit, there you go. There you go. See real moments. See?
Real
There you
moments,
go.
your internet goes out. It's a good way to end
No, my
2019.
computer, actually, look, everybody out there, my computer fell asleep, and I clicked it, and when I did it, I went off of this website we're on, and it booted me out. So
Okay, looking into 2020, what are you trying to do? Like what are you thinking
am
about
I
getting
trying to do?
interested in? What are you worried
Oh
about getting?
man. Well, I mean, 2020, man, is just trying to get back on track, man. Just trying to for Lando over here, just once again, January 1st is going to start. I'm going to get back to working 2 jobs, and like, yeah, I already know I have to do it for
Out of the job aspect, what
out of the
what what
job.
what are you doing type stuff? Like, what are we talking about here? Are we going things with podcasting? Are we going things with
Um,
kids? Come on, you got kids.
well,
You got fucking 30 animals. You own a damn zoo. It's like, what are you doing,
yeah.
man? Like, I don't want to hear about the shitty ass job. I want to hear about the
Well,
freaking
but those are my goals, man. Is I have to keep working. I got to keep getting back on track. You know, try to financially be better next year. Get out of the hole that I'm in from this year. I can't wait for this year to be over. Just financially, like I said, get back on track financially next year is my number one goal. For podcasting, like I said, the podcast is, I'm going to keep the podcast going. My goal is actually to get on YouTube. So me and my brother, which my brother had a YouTube channel, so he's real familiar with doing it. We want to um, branch out onto YouTube with our podcast and record us doing the podcast and doing so when I post the podcast, it'll be on YouTube. You'll be able to see us. You'll be able to see us talking to each other, and then also doing like lives and stuff like that. Once whenever we can, just branching out, building Sith Talkers, and just building, doing that. So, and that's a whole avenue that I've never gone down or been down. Hell, I've never podcasted until this past year. So, uh, it's hell. Like I said, like yesterday, right? I had to edit. I know you, man. I wish I could be you and not edit, but I had to edit like an hour and 45 minutes. I edited it down to like an hour and 7 minutes. Right? I would have never been able to do that like 7 or 8 months ago. So like I've, just of me growing and just learning new things, going into YouTube, that'd be another like new adventure, because now I'm gonna have to not only learn how to edit audio, I'm gonna have to learn how to edit video, right? So, and then do live shows, and stuff like that. So yeah, man, like I love this. I love doing, like I said, everybody does podcasts, but I absolutely love doing it. It's funny, right? Because everybody, my entire life, as much as I'm in the Star Wars, Mike, you, not saying I need to do a podcast. Everybody always said, Mike, you need to, write a book, or you need to do this, or you need to do something with Star Wars. And, I do a podcast, and, and fortunately, man, I get to do it with my brother. And dude, and having guests on like yourself, like I said, and you kind of found your niche with our podcast, where we do like what if episodes, like
that
where you
rarely
just
ever
say
happen. Good God.
it happens once a month. We just didn't do it. December was just absolutely bonkers with Star Wars because of the movie coming out. So, but we're gonna get back out. Like I said, dude, it's gonna slow down, and the podcast will get a lot harder because it's been super easy to do because of the movie coming out. So when, like you said, dude, Star Wars is gonna die down, and we don't have another movie until 2022. But we're getting new shows on Disney Plus. I don't know if you've watched The Mandalorian. I'm sure you've seen Baby Yoda like
Everybody has
stuff.
seen Baby Yoda probably
Well,
in
that's what I'm
movies.
saying. So even if you haven't seen The Mandalorian, I'm sure you've seen Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda's from The Mandalorian. That's a great show. It just ended too. So on Disney Plus. But you can go out and binge watch that. And the Clone Wars is coming out, and then we're gonna get an Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus show. That's gonna be on there. So yeah, man, it's still going. It's just going to streaming, and we'll get more movies eventually. But like I said, my Star Wars, the Skywalker story, it's all done. So like I said, phase two into Star Wars,
Moving
basically,
on
just
to
like
bigger
just like
things in
Marvel.
2020.
Yep. So yeah, man, just like I said, just so on that, and another goal is, and this all has to do with getting out of working 2 jobs, is I would love to get back into music and get
Are we
back
doing
into playing.
another therapy session, Mr. Ferrando?
Dude, you're the one that told me like
Well, shit, I'm
you
waiting for
asked
the
me,
reciprocal question.
you
Good
asked
God.
me
My
you asked
2020,
me
well,
what.
thanks, Mike, for asking. My 2020 is
Okay,
going
can
to be.
I finish?
You
Can
went
I
on for
finish?
like 15
Can I finish?
minutes.
Can I finish?
Yes.
Yeah, you know I'm long-winded, motherfucker. This is like our 5th podcast together. Good Lord.
Long-winded CPR on this son
Okay,
of a.
last thing. I want to get back into music, right? Because I
Oh,
play
hell
music.
yeah.
Play music. I wasn't, I mean, I technically still am in a band, but I haven't done anything because I've been working 2 jobs. But my goal is to get back with my buddy Jim, start playing music again, writing music, getting together and jamming, playing shows again, because I absolutely love writing music, playing original music. Rock music. I love it. So the podcasting's there because so now I have like another hobby that's turned into a love. Is I love podcasting. I love playing music. Yeah, there you go. I hate working, so which that's what I do the most. There you go. What do you want in 2020, Robbie Wan Kenobi?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess probably hit the gym a little bit harder. Say today since
Wait a minute. See,
hold on. Well,
wait a minute.
today's
We need to hit the
technically
gym a little bit harder. You go 7 days a week for 365 days a year for the last 20 fucking years of your life. What do you mean you want to hit the gym harder?
actually today's my anniversary of it too. Today marks 7 years consistently every single day.
7 years.
7 years. Never
And you
missed a
want to
day.
hit the gym harder.
I want to try and at least, I don't know. I want to feel like I do recently with like podcasting taking off this year, or just been doing it and been getting so interested into it. I've been slacking a little bit when it comes to like leaving a little bit earlier just to get home, just so I can get ready for the podcast, and kind of putting that on the back burner. I've been having more of my priorities in podcasting.
Yeah, but
And
at least you do it, right?
yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like that's just something I need to hit a little bit harder coming into the new year. I definitely need to look into some more things, probably going back to school. I definitely want to start picking that back up again. Want to try. I'm still looking for that answer though, but probably definitely going to continue doing podcasting. But there's definitely some things in 2020 I want to get situated when it comes to just trying to find an overall build up my own kind of system in a way when it comes to life a little bit, especially with work. I want to find a career path, but the education, I feel like I need to go back and hit right back at it again.
Well, education leads into career path, right? So
Depends on what you want
it
to do.
can.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, it depends on what you want to go back to school for, right?
I already,
That's a lot of soul searching right there.
look, my buddy got me the best Christmas gift. He got me a burrito blanket. So, I mean, I don't know.
What you say? Yeah, you sent me a picture of it.
Life is complete when you got that thing. I have a shrimp pillow and a burrito blanket.
Nice.
I'll have to
I got a
send you
big Kylo Ren.
Yeah, you got to
You
cut
can see it behind me.
I kind of
Yeah, it's
figured you were going to
huge.
get something Star Wars. Imagine if they got you a bunch of Star Trek stuff. How pissed would you
Oh
be?
my god, everybody knows, right? I'm the easiest person to buy for, man. Star Wars, Patriots, Celtics. That's it. PlayStation.
I really didn't want anything. My main thing was like I just like kind of it's the card, I guess. I like keeping the cards. I got a bunch of cards from a couple people at work for my birthday and everything, which was pretty cool.
Oh, right on. Oh, at the hotel?
Yeah, I'm a big card guy.
You like cards?
I like them. And the
Yeah,
one woman
usually
got
people
me
get
one.
me Star Wars cards and you open them up and
I
they
got
play
one.
like
I got
Star
one
Wars
that
music.
sings. I was like, who is the person that developed this?
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Imagine the first person that created one of those sing cards gave it to like an elderly person and he wasn't expecting it to sing and had a heart attack. How bad did that person feel? Like the old man's like, "Oh, you got me a card." Opens it up and I was like, "Get on up." He's like, and just freaking keels over. Good job.
Actually, that's pretty mean.
He killed Grandpa Jim.
Grandpa Jim got ran over by a singing card.
Is that what you're gonna go into? You should definitely put that as one of your songs if you're getting back into music.
Oh man, I miss writing music. I picked up my guitar, man. I mean, I play bass, but I have an acoustic guitar. I picked up my guitar, man, for the first time like in 6 months. Like last week and played for like a half an hour. And man, I was just like, God, I miss this. So yeah, just yeah, and I don't even have time to like pick up my acoustic guitar and play it every now and then. Like, yeah, I don't have a lot of time on my hands. Like I said, just even being able to play some video. I got through my Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order game, and I play Call of Duty. I finally broke down and I got the new Call of Duty game. I played it for a little bit. It's pretty fun. It's just like any other Call of Duty game, but I had time to play it a little bit, which is nice. So, um, but yeah, like I said, just once again going back, man. I just don't. I think people, really need to cherish that time, just the time they get to themselves, just for themselves. Like I said, because a lot of people, I don't know, maybe not everybody, but there's a lot of people
Well,
that
it's
do a
a
lot of things for other people and dedicate their time elsewhere. Sometimes you do need to give a little bit of time to yourself.
I
That's
definitely
healthy.
think 2020 there needs to be a more of a humanization amongst people again. I think there needs to start being more interaction, at least less from our devices and more from. I know it's not going to happen, but at least individual people need to start kind of sparking that back up, like communication in person. Like I go to the store, I leave my phone in my car. I'll talk to everyone there. Hi, how you doing? Or oh yeah, crack a small joke here and there. It's a great way to just conversate because I think that's definitely a benefit to a lot of people, but it's crazy because like with just Christmas passing and everything, I saw so many people that would donate only to get the glory of donating. Someone putting into I saw a person that was like waiting for the Salvation Army guy to turn around so he could see him donating. Like, here you go, man. Kept taking his money in and out until the dude finally turned and saw him do it. And I'm like, do you need to be
Yeah.
gratified for that? Like, I'll donate anonymously or something. I'll just walk up, be like, yeah, donate the rest or whatever to that. I've seen people at stores that'll be like, yeah, donate that penny to a charity. Oh yeah, you didn't ring the bell. I'm like, why would they ring the bell if you donated a penny? It's not saying you have to donate, but just that idea that you need that glory, it starts to stick in my head. Like, where are we going as people?
Well, people want that pat on the back, right? Like you said, like, yeah, and Christmas, and don't get me wrong, man. I mean, regardless of the motivation behind it, even if it's ego driven, at least at the end of if you want to put a positive spin on it, maybe it's Christmas, right? It's Christmas time, it's giving time, and the meaning behind what they're doing is wrong because they want credit and they want to be put up on a pedestal. But at the end of the day, man, the money does go to a greater cause, regardless of the meaning behind it from the person. But I get what you're saying because yeah, donate $50 in you know April, right?
Or
Or
I'll start a charity and we just donate to try and build a giant Diggum statue.
d- oh, good
My favorite
lord.
Family Guy episode, Adam West spent $3.2 million of the town's budget to build a giant gold Diggum statue.
Oh my god.
That man is a
That's what's
genius.
wrong with the world, man. You got people, like I said, you watch these shows on TV, these reality shows, and these people go out and they like blow like 10 grand on this or 20 grand on this. And like you say, I look at it just like, oh my, you know what I could do with $20,000? Good lord. Put it to
I've
way better use than that
just
fucking
been
bullshit.
recently better at spending my money, like actually doing it to buy stuff that I'll actually enjoy and make me happy. Usually, I just saved it, always thinking like, what would happen if I didn't have this? What would happen if this happened? What happens if I don't have that? What happens if this comes later down the road? I'm always like, save money, 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 and now it's like I'm just like going to the store. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Screw it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
So
it's it's good to have that mentality at certain points, not all the time.
it's a double-edged sword, my friend, right? Because right, so it's like I'm in the same boat, right? Because like I said, you spend too much money, and then when something happens where you need your money that you were saving, and then now you don't have it because you splurged a little bit, right? That's what makes you dig the hole. So it's, but no, I mean I get it, like because I was the same way, right? I mean I've worked two jobs, you know, half of the year, and all my money went to bills, this, and and yeah, so like at the end of the year, like, when I had a little bit of extra money. Yeah, I could have went towards the bills or this or that. No, man, dude, I bought like a new pair of sneakers. Dude, I haven't bought a new pair of sneakers in 4 years. right? Because I'm that guy. Like I can wear like the same pair of sneakers like forever. I still have a pair from high school that I still wear. So like I'm that guy, and like I don't buy clothes or this and that. I just need a t-shirt, jeans, sweatpants, airwalks, and I'm good. I'm good. I don't need all that stuff. But like, yeah, man, like I did some things for myself, and like I said, people are just like you spend like this much money on like Star Wars toys. Yeah, man. I spent like $600 on Star Wars. I spent more this year on Star Wars toys. Absolutely. I did it for me. I felt like I earned it. Like I said, is that selfish?
No, if you
Maybe a
work
little
for it.
bit,
I mean, if you
but
work
I
for it.
I worked my ass off, and I did something for myself. Like I said, I don't think that's bad. I mean, not when my money is going towards other sources, like you know the rest of the year, and like there's a few times throughout the year I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna get a pair of yeah, my sneakers, dude, they were like 45 bucks. I don't buy expensive clothes, sneakers. I don't buy expensive stuff. The Star Wars stuff adds up, right? So
Well,
it's not like $600 on one thing.
I think with 2020, I think the main objective for at least for me, and I think for probably should be for a lot of people, is just trying to find the good times. You know what I mean? By the good times, I mean like just enjoy life, enjoy yourself, work towards what you want to be rather doing in a positive, more mental way, and also don't be so strenuous. At least I think that's for me. Don't be so strenuous with my money, but doing things you are passionate about as well. I think in 2019, it seemed it the end went by really, really fast, but overall, looking over at the whole year, it was a lot of, at least for me, it was a lot of work, not a whole lot of new decisions. I think definitely I need to venture off into something a little bit in my future, in my goals.
Yeah, man, time flies, and dude, we're gonna blink, and we're gonna be podcasting, and it's gonna be the end of 2020, right? I mean, I'm amazed how fast time goes, and you're just like, where'd it go? And and like the older I get, is like you said, my kids are grown, and I got one that's ready to move out and start her own life, and this was the first year that I kind of I got that feeling where, you know, with my kids, where my Christmas wasn't the most important Christmas because my daughter went to her boyfriend's house on Christmas, and they did gifts before they did gifts at my house. But like I said, man, it's part of life, and it's part of growing up. It's part of me having to which is really difficult for me, man. It's like, letting traditions, like my Christmas traditions, I got to let them go a little bit because life keeps moving. And, for me, man, life it runs together year after year after, because right, all I do is I work, 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 and, the kids, they go to school, right? And they get breaks here, breaks there, and then they get a nice month summer break, right? And that's their routine, that's their schedule. So I was telling my daughter, just got done with high school, and she's ready to go out into the real world and this and that. I said, yeah, I said your routine's about to change. I said, you want to move out, you want to get your own place. I said, yeah, I said, you don't get a month off at summertime no more, right? That's not reality. So
The real world hits, man.
well, and it's scary. Like, dude, I remember back when I was your age, and I mean, like I said, I moved out of my house when I was 19, and I lived by myself. I had my own one bedroom apartment, and the world's scary, man. I found out real fast that my Meyer job wasn't going to cut it, and I had to get a second. I had to get a warehouse job, and I worked two jobs. 19 years old, because I swore I'd never go back to my parents' and I never have. So, it's a scary world out there. It is, dude, and it's a lot different now than it was back in 1996, right? That's when I moved out of my parents' house.
Back when Honey
So,
Smacks was only a quarter.
you know, yeah, sure, it wasn't that cheap, but and that's the other thing, man. You know what people need to do in 2020? Be fucking less sensitive. Like, I don't know what's going on with like the society and people being like overly sensitive about like everything and dissecting everything to make it sensitive,
See,
right?
all right, now
Everybody's offended about
I
everything.
I try and
So,
be very open-minded about it, but I think there is something that happened when we let one thing pass, and then now everything is passing.
well, it's all these
Now,
movements, right?
yeah, well, once
Uh,
one thing got it, another person was like, "Well, if he can do that, then I can be like this." And then next thing you know, it got really far out of hand, and it does an injustice to the people that actually do feel like they are being oppressed. People that are transgender, people
Exactly.
that are whatever. The list goes on and on and on. But like, there's articles coming out. Like, I don't know if you know the comedian Eliza Schlesinger, but I was listening to her like recent episode on Joe Rogan, like a few episodes back. I haven't listened to him in a long time, but she was talking about how there's a comedian that's been suing her for 3 years, all because that one night they had an all girls night where there was no guys allowed to go into the club, and the guy felt like he was attacked or something. So he's been suing this person for just a couple of years now. She just keeps paying off money to all these lawyers, and everything is just ongoing because he felt like it was unfair to him. I'm like, why? It's one night, and now you're holding it for 3 years. I'm sitting here like, people are just looking for a handout now. And I'm like, this is where we've chosen the easy option to try and learn how to live a life or survive, is when we start looking to be glorified for acts of charity, when we start doing all these types of things. This is all stuff that needs to die in 2019 and not go into 2020. It's technically, I guess we can say, since we're recording this on the 30th, it is going up on the 31st, but it's my birthday, and even I'm not selfish about it. Am I gonna let somebody know, and like my buddy, like, yo, it's my birthday. What are we doing? Yeah. But if it comes to going in the store, someone says Happy New Year, I'm like, Happy New Year. You think in the back of my head that doesn't go off? Oh, basically, my birthday is the giant party day where everybody's waiting for it to be fucking over. Okay. So I'm used to not having a whole lot of plans on my birthday, mostly because you can't do shit. New Year's Eve is the like I remember my grandmom tried to take me out to eat one time on New Year's Eve. Fucking went to Outback. They said 2.5 hour wait. I said, fuck that. We're going somewhere else. I just got Skyrim for Christmas. So I was like, I'm going home to play that. So whatever we can do to get this dinner over with and go home. Now I regret that because it's been a few years. That was back in like my sophomore year of high school. So now I really wish I had those moments because I don't get to see them very often. And especially with like, not to get emotional here, but with 2019 changing, she had heart surgery, she had a bunch of stuff go on, and I don't see them a whole bunch. You start to realize those moments that you were skipping out on, you really regret, which is things people need to look forward to in 2020, spending more moments with your family, like you were saying. So after we left Outback, went to Applebee's. Applebee's like gonna be an hour and a half wait. My grandmom's like, "We'll wait for you." I'm like, "All right, cool." And they're like, "Well, we're never doing this again." I was like, "Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense." And we sat down immediately. Called us right up, said your table's ready. We sat down, got to eat, enjoy. Those are moments. My birthday has always been you can't do shit. All your friends are out doing whatever, especially people that drink, and I don't drink. So they're all going out to bars, they're all going to, whatever. I'll probably be in bed 7 p.m., wake up 2 o'clock in the morning, go to the gym with my routine because it's just another day. But we have this thing about us to really come back around. People are very, very starting to be very, very selfish. I'm not 100% for it. I'm not saying everybody out there is starting to be selfish, but there are things that we need to start focusing on when it comes with we're all being very selfish when it comes to communication. We're putting way too much faith in it into our devices rather than in the personal reaction. And that's what I think the big key is that we're missing that needs to be included in 2020. I've talked to so many neuropsychologists, so many people that do a lot of brain chemistry science work, all that have their PhDs in it. And they all, when I explain my version of it, they say that's exactly what we've been saying in scientific terms. And I say, so what's the fix? They're like, you're losing interaction, the actual face to face, that enjoy the moments, even if it's someone dissing you or someone saying this, because we're all trying to be very, very sensitive. We're all looking for an attack. We're looking for it at places where there isn't one. And when you start doing that, you create a very corrupted view of just having conversation. You never want to have those anymore. And I think that is a giant key we need to look at in 2020.
Yeah, so I can relate this to Star Wars. I can relate everything to Star Wars, but like right the last movie came out and love the movie. Because I love the movie, um I can get shit on, right? By Star Wars fans or these fans because the critics like hate the movie. A lot of the fans like it, but even my brother, like I said on our podcast, we kind of disagree on the movie, which is fine. But like, yeah, in today's society, I can pick up my phone and I absolutely love this movie. Love Lando. Why do you love this movie? There's this or this there's this or there's too much fan service or this movie fucking sucks and blah 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 blah. And it's just like, look, man, at the end of this day, at the end of the day, this is a movie and we're meant to enjoy it and it is a fun ride. And is it perfect? No. But like this is any movie that gets released. Like you go to the movies to escape reality and to enjoy it. And I just happen to really be into Star Wars and I like the movie as a movie, but then I love it because it's Star Wars. But like you can't just get online and say, "Oh, I like this" or "I love this," or you're gonna get shit on. Or if you say you don't like it, then the people that like it will shit on you. But like and the thing is, even in the Star Wars community, it's not nicely done. Like you're saying, it's real toxic. Like when people attack, like you said, like when people, and this isn't just Star Wars, right? This can be anything. When people want to run you down, they attack you. You shouldn't like this. You shouldn't love this. Why not? Like, that's how I feel about it. No, you shouldn't, fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Well, yeah, man, like you said, it's really easy to do that
Well,
when
I'll
you're
give
not
you an
face to face.
I'll give you an example of a really good interaction I got. I think it was like 2, 3 years ago. But gonna be 3 years. I was at the mall in Salisbury, and the mall is not like a typical one down here. We have outlets, like little stores, but nothing like inside where there's water fountains and shit. This mall was that mall. Had water fountains, it had everything. So me and my buddies were all walking around, going around, and we see a water fountain. I said, tell my buddy, pull out his phone. I'm gonna make a wish, and it's gonna be funny. So he's recording it, and we got it all on video. And I'm like, I wish I wasn't gay. And then I flicked the quarter in there as a joke. A guy was randomly walking by, an older man, and said, good luck. But in the video, you hear the coin hit the water and then him say, good luck. And then we're all dying laughing and the
Yeah,
video
it's pretty
cuts.
funny.
Now, if you
Yeah.
did that today,
Oh,
you
no,
did
no, no,
that,
no, no, no.
somebody's going to stop the
No,
man and then immediately start
no.
going after him like, oh, you got a problem with Ben's. That's where we need to start taking a turn back. Like, was it a joke? Was it this? Does he actually think that? And if he does think that, do we need to sit down and talk with him? Make sure give him like a therapy session. Like, are you okay? Is there something that you're trying to fix in your own head? Maybe something like
I'll
that.
I'll take it a step further. They're gonna sit you down and tell you that it's not a joke. That's what I'm saying, right? Yeah, like he's gonna need therapy. You're gonna need therapy. How dare you do a joke? Like everybody's too sensitive, and and this is something my brother hates about me editing. Because our podcast is explicit. We're not like family.
What's
We're not.
explicit? Does that mean I
You
can't
know,
use any foul? Dude, maybe I should make my show family oriented in
uh,
2020 so I go just all no cursing or anything. Can you imagine me in
yeah.
an episode with no cursing?
Fuck no.
I've done it.
No.
I've done it
Well,
for other
no, I mean,
people's
you can
podcasts.
you can do it, and I've mentioned this, man. Could my podcast be probably more popular? Yeah, but no, I choose to be myself. My brother chooses to be himself. We are an explicit podcast. We put ourselves out there like an explicit podcast, and he gets mad at me if he will, dude, he will say off-color jokes, this and that, and I'm just going, and right, because I'm the one editing, so I have to be like, holy shit, man, like I can't, I have to edit this out. People are going to be way too sensitive about this or way too sensitive about that, and he's called me out on it like on several times, and you know, I've eased up a little bit, um, but even for me, man, it's even though I want my podcast to be raw, to be real, sometimes I gotta edit stuff out because my brother will say something and I'm just like, man, that is way too off colored. People are and like he said, he goes, why? He goes, people that listen to our show know they know we're explicit. They know he goes, that's why we're like the bad boys of Star Wars. I'm like, well, you're the bad boy of Star Wars. I'm Lando over here. I love Star Wars. So it's kind of like that's why the podcast is so good, man, because it's like the yin and yang. Me and my brother, and like I said, our chemistry is like super good. It's always been super good. Like, so I'm closer to him than my older brother, who's only a couple years older than me. But my younger brother, he's 10 years younger than me. So, but see, you see what I'm saying? It even affects me, like the sensitive world we live in, and I'm even overly concerned is, man, if I post this podcast and I leave this in here, what are people gonna like? Someone, and do I need therapy? No, I don't need therapy. I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun. Like we're literally. I do a podcast with my brother. We are just having fun, and that is it. Like we have a good time, we have fun. You know, we're not meant to be taken seriously. I mean, I guess you can take us seriously, but that's not our goal. And we don't put ourselves out there to be like, hey, we're a serious Star Wars. No, you know that. And when you come on, Dick Time with Lando. I mean, come on. So it's and that's the problem with society, man, and the sensitivity. And like you said, like that video of 3 years ago, fuck, dude, you're getting therapy. You're getting therapy. He's getting therapy. You need to talk to. He needs to talk to you. You can't make fun. You can't say anything about gay people. What's your problem? It's we're just having fun. I mean, like I said, man, like you want to be gay, be gay. You want to be lesbian. You
I
want
think there's
to
just a
worship Satan. You
there's
you
a
want to believe? Hey, you want to believe in Bigfoot? Go find Bigfoot, my friend.
well, you're
Go.
preaching to the choir. I'm the one person out there that does a podcast that's literally just for the people. I mean, I'm not saying like that to be righteous or some, freedom marcher or something. I'm literally saying like I'm not worried about building an audience. I'm worried about just I want that person that feedback from that person. So I guess that is a selfish thing for me to want, but when they see the episode go up and they're like I showed it to my friends and family. They really enjoyed it. I understand they're probably only listening to that episode because it involves them. But I do that because people have this thing about them where I message them and they have this mentality like, why am I important? You can get somebody else. I'm not special. I just work this and work that. It's like, it's a conversation. That's all it is. I'm not, if you want to make it an interview, is because the way you're putting me into a corner. You're making me ask you questions instead of giving me a conversation I can go off of. I'm not hard to converse with. And I'm just like, let's bring back this mentality of people where we can just strike up a conversation and see where it goes and not let it lead into anything that's going to be aggressive where two people are like, you want to go, bro? You want to do this? Even though like those are obviously enjoyable to watch on like World Star Hip Hop. But like things I do, like I'm gonna start doing for therapy for 2020, dude. I've started taking moments again and just sitting outside and enjoying like the weather and stuff, or just taking a minute to have that deep breath. I pulled my car over on the side of the road the other day and just stood outside and just looked at literally the water, and I was like, holy shit, like I remember all my jet ski stories. I remember like I wish I had a jet ski right now. It's freaking 60 degrees out and it's December. Like I'm like, this is nuts, but it's a moment to enjoy because they're not around forever. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what the future is going to hold. You could be dead tomorrow. You could be going through something insane tomorrow. Enjoy the moments. Hell, spend more time on the shitter if you want, dude. I've done it. I've sat there for an extra hour just on my phone watching. I watched Zombieland 2 on the shitter. That's an hour and 45-minute movie. I still can't watch Star Wars while I'm on there, but I got other
Yeah, but
things.
what's great about in this because I briefly mentioned it. It's just like with my podcast, we're me and my brother. We're trying to be us. We are us, right? It's us. I'm not going to sacrifice who we are as human beings for the greater audience, right? Like when you listen to my podcast, you're listening to Lando over here. Like this is me. And that's the way my brother is. That is how he is. And that's the beautiful thing about your podcast, man, is you know, being yourself. Hell, for 2020, man, like you hit it, man. People, everybody listening out there, be yourself. Don't be something or someone for anybody else. Even for your I mean, look, I know we meet people, we get married, you want to be a better person, for your significant other. Fine, but at the end of the day, like look inside of you and you still have to be yourself, because if who you're with, and this goes with anybody, your loved ones, your friends, people have to love you and like you for you. And if they don't, then they're not your friends. And it's something that that this new Star Wars movie, and it's been out for a little bit, so has really taught people. Once again, man, I can relate real life to Star Wars, but like the new movie, at the end of the movie, Rey, she's a Palpatine, but at the end of the movie, she takes the Skywalker name, and she says, "I'm Rey Skywalker," when she's not. But that's who she feels who is her family, and that's who's accepted her as her family. And just in the real world, your bloodline does not determine your family. It doesn't. You know, Robbie, me and you, we can be family if, right? We can be brothers.
Where was your
And we don't
dad?
have to have the same father.
Was your dad in the area of Ocean City, Maryland around 1997 or 1996, depending on the season?
But no, in all seriousness, you know where I'm getting at is,
Yeah. Well,
the people that
I
accept.
have my brother is my half brother, so I know what that is. People say, "Oh, you're not full blood, don't have both parents." You don't even have to have parents. I have a best friend that I will be spending my birthday with, um, because he buys me a lot of. I mean, he bought me a burrito blanket. You just can't. I mean, come on now. I mean, it's a
That's your brother, man.
yeah.
Right?
He lost a brother. I gained a brother. My New
There you
Year's.
go.
Usually, I do a New Year's Eve podcast with him, but with work and all that, we're gonna at least see each other. And
Yeah.
even them, like when I was leaving the house on Christmas, I was over there, and they were like, "What do you want for your cake?" I'm like, I don't eat sweets. They're like, "You want your Jello, don't you?" I was like, "Yeah, throw some fresh fruit in that bad boy. Let's lit up. It'll be here." And I'm like, "There you go," because it's not about blood. It's not about whatever. It's about the bonds and connections you make with people. And you're never going to have those bonds and connections if you don't learn to start engaging and starting to create that. Because, like, people are like, "Oh, well, they're not my friend." It's like, how do you know if you've never talked to the person? Engage in a conversation. If you strike up a new friendship, you start building it. Next thing you know, it becomes something. And the next thing you know who has your back. Just the other day, I have a bunch of people messaging me wanting to come over to my house today, December 30th, just to do a New Year's Eve podcast. And I told my, I can't, sorry, because they have plans tonight. They want to go and party tonight and instead of tomorrow, because tomorrow's gonna be crazy. But at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm at the gym, and next thing I know, my buddy's walking home, takes a video. And I always told all my friends, you can message me. It doesn't matter, whatever time, where I'm at, I will come and get you and I will take you home. He's walking home. I sent him a message. "Do you need a ride?" He goes, "Nah, man, I don't want you to come over here." I was like, "I told you I said it, and I didn't just throw that out there." I drove, 45 minutes to go pick him up, dropped him off at his house, said, "Well, make sure you got home safe." 4 o'clock in the morning, I ended up getting back. But I did it because I said I would, because it doesn't matter. He's not my family, but he's my friend. And that means more to me than anything. It's about having that, doing that. It doesn't need to even be your friend. I'll pick up a hitchhiker, hopefully you don't kill me. But at the same time, it's the aspect of, we got to start being people again, a more humanistic side. And when I say we, I mean the pejorative we, all of us, not just, maybe I do some things and somebody else does something else. No, we all need to start focusing on this human side that makes us great as people.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I just got done watching the Matrix trilogy that I watch every year, and they throughout the movies they do EMPs, right? Yeah, they have EMPs in Call of Duty. Which what does what EMPs do,
Yeah,
right?
electromagnetic pulsation.
Imagine if someone dropped an EMP and knocked everybody's cell phone dead.
Dude,
right?
okay. All right. So me and my cousin, when I met him last year on Christmas Day, he's my long lost cousin. He's episode number 9 of my podcast. So for 2.5 hours, it's fueled by shrimp, crab cakes, and coffee. We're just talking about like his life, my life, we're getting to know each other on the podcast. And then freaking, I think like an hour and a half in, we take a bathroom break and come back to it. And freaking, we're talking about Terminators taking over the world, dude. And I thought of this theory. You know those little Wi-Fi routers that they can plug into your electrical socket into your house? Imagine
Yeah.
if someone could hack those to send out an EMP that can hook to the same electronic pulse that gets sent through your nervous system and knock you out in your own house. So EMPing people instead of devices.
Or like you said, I mean, yeah, like the Matrix or like Terminator and the machines take over, you have those devices and you EMP them to take out the.
Is the gene chip a bad thing? That chip that gets installed in the back of your head to have the internet at the back of your head or whatever? Is that a bad thing? Or can we
Oh,
just use that to hone in to change people's thinking to not be an asshole all the time?
I don't think so, because I think I told you, man. Every race, creed, every kind of person out there. I'm sure there's like like even in the animal world, dude. There's always assholes.
I figured if you could get one wish granted to you and someone's just like, I wish people just wouldn't have this mindset of being so hateful. And then Morgan Freeman's just sitting on a chair and he's like, I'm God and even I can't do that. I'm sorry. People are just going to do what they want.
Oh shit, because there'd be that one guy who would learn how to hack it, right? And that would be like the asshole guy. So he would still be a prick.
If you could wish for one thing into 2020, what would it be? One thing you could wish for.
Oh
Are you going to
man.
say free time?
Yeah,
There's
that's
one
tough.
thing, anything in the world that you could have, and one thing could be anything that could be done. What would you want? Most people that are on a podcast that are talking to an audience would say world peace because they want to look awesome. What would you say?
No, I'm more selfish.
I am too with mine. So
I mean, it's just tough, dude. Like, I mean, if I had one wish, I would say everybody in my immediate family. I wish everybody in my immediate family. I wish them happiness. Like I said, like, so I think my daughter next year will be moving out of my house, and I wish her happiness. I just wish everybody. If I had one wish, like, yeah, for everybody to be happy and everything to turn out perfect for them, which
that's literally world peace, basically.
but for my immediate family.
Okay, not for anybody else.
That's selfish.
That's it's a half and half. It's a double-edged sword. We'll go there.
It's tough, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, like, the easy answer is like, yeah, one wish. Stop starvations, world peace. Don't impeach Trump. Um, I'm kidding. Or that's a bad joke.
Thought he was already
Everybody out
impeached.
there, I'm not political at all, at all. So I know absolutely nothing about politics. My brother actually told me he got impeached, and the Senate or whoever still need. I don't know. I have no idea what the fuck's going on. So, but I don't even know why he got impeached. So that's how out of the loop I am with politics and news.
Just
I don't
digging
pay
that.
attention
You're
to
just
world
digging that
news.
hole deeper and deeper.
I don't. Well, that's the thing. Like I am like I'm
You're
like a
still
5-year-old.
digging. Stop
I
digging.
know,
Just
but
switch the topic. All you
I
got to
don't know
do is
anything.
with a flick of the wrist, bam, we're on
All
another one.
right,
If I
Trump,
had to wish
Trump,
for a new one, my
2020.
if I had
Right,
to wish for a new thing for 2020, one wish, anything I want,
new job, new job.
that's a good one. But either invest in a company, possibly Honey Smacks, depending on where they're at the stock market. I feel like they never decrease. It's like toilet paper. That stock probably never really super increases or never really decreases. Probably just relatively stays the same. So,
Talking about like
uh,
investing like in a company like Google before it was Google, and then like you investing like your $100, and then like
no, I
you
just
know
want
you
to. I
you
just want to
turned
be a.
into like a millionaire.
Just want to be a part-time
Or like when I was a
owner.
kid, you wanted to invest in Toys R Us because you love toys.
Do you ever just have an idea? Do you ever just have an idea for a company and be like, they could do this, like a really good idea for them that could totally revolutionize their industry, but then you just totally forget about it? Because I've had that with Pop Tarts. I've had it
Pop
with
Tarts.
Honey Smacks. I've had it with.
What would you do with Pop Tarts?
I can't give out my secret.
No,
Is
it's
there
like the
some person out
Colonel's
there like
right secret recipe, huh?
the guy freaking who makes Pop Tarts is like, that son of a bitch is right. We could do it this way. And then it's like when I got a Kia for my car, then everybody was driving Kias. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I
Hey,
never
quick
saw
question
this car
about
on the road.
Pop Tarts. Do you like eating them cold or in the toaster? It's an important
Depends.
question.
Depends on the
Or you eat them
mood
both
I'm in.
ways, like I do. I can eat them both ways.
I'm a health nut, so I actually haven't had Pop Tarts in a
I know.
long.
I don't even eat Pop Tarts anymore. So
I buy my buddy Pop Tarts, so he likes them. I don't know, man, because he's a questionable guy. You never trust a person that slurps his spaghetti. I've learned that through.
you
Yeah.
know, Pop Tarts also, like, you know how some people remove the crust from bread? Do you remove the outside crust of the Pop Tart and just eat the gooey center?
Do you also like the sugar on your Pop Tart rather than the sugar off your Pop Tart?
Well, the sugar, I already told you. The sugar what makes it, man.
Do you like the brown sugar one or do you like the chocolate one?
Oh,
They
the
have
chocolate.
They have,
Chocolate's my favorite.
my dad loves Pop Tarts, but he does not eat the bacon ones.
Well, you are the king of bacon. You are the bacon of church,
I would.
right?
You just messed up my title, God.
I can't remember
dare
it.
you.
It's the Reverend of the Church
I'm
of
an
Bacon.
ordained minister.
Ordained
of the
minister.
United Church of Bacon. And I will be
United
getting
Church of
some more
Bacon.
degrees in 2020. I feel like that's a better investment option.
There you go. That's your wish. More
No, just I think my overall wish would probably be to yeah, I think degrees is going. Besides going back to school. If I wanted to be
yeah,
serious
it's
about it,
tough,
go back
man.
to school. But if I had a wish, man, I'd have to go with what I've always wished for, and prayed to always get when I was little and never got. And that would be superpowers, because son of a bitch, I prayed when I was like 10 years old and I haven't seen shit.
No, wait a minute. Obviously, I maybe didn't think, but yeah, if I had one wish, come on, dude, I'd be a fucking Jedi. So yeah, fuck everything else. Fuck world peace. Fuck this.
I'm about to give
I
you
would
a
be a
would you
Jedi
rather. I'm about to give you a would you rather. Would you rather be a Jedi,
or a Sith Lord.
but you had to kill your whole family to become one?
Oh, and then I become a Sith Lord.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, you had to go on the path of redemption, so you still would be whatever. But you have to. Would you? Would you kill your family to become a Jedi?
Would I kill my family to become a Jedi? The real world answer would be no. I would never do that.
Okay, then that's the answer.
The right. I mean, like the adult me would say no. I trust me, dude. When you have kids, you'll do anything and everything to protect your kids. So I would never, ever want any harm to come to my kids. Plus, I've lost a child, so right. So yeah, I would never ever do anything to harm my kids. So I wouldn't be able to kill my family to
So
become a
you
Jedi.
would never become a Jedi.
So before fatherhood, yeah, kill my parents, kill my brothers.
Damn,
I'd be a
slicing up
Jedi.
the whole family. Going Ted Bundy
Right?
on your
Well,
family.
I'm just saying, before parenthood, my family would have been my parents and my two brothers. So, and if you came up to me when I was like, 17, 18 years old, and said, hey, kill your parents, kill your brothers, you're a Jedi. Okay.
Wasting all the damn hot water. Slice them up.
I'm just kidding, everybody. I mean no ill will to my family.
I always thought about that, about asking for superpowers when I was little. I was like, imagine if they made it a would you rather,
All right,
like
what's
whenever
the one? What's the one?
What's the one
What's the
power?
one superpower you want? Me, I've always wanted to fly like Superman.
Bam, about to give you a
So
better would you rather. Okay, so I thought if I asked for flight ability, imagine if God granted the power for me to fly, but only inside. So every time you flew, you had to hit the ceiling. You just hit it. You'd have to
You know
only
what else
really
is funny?
enjoy it if you were in a football stadium or something.
So here's the thing. So you wouldn't want invincibility because if you have the power of flight, you can fly, but then you could still, get shot down. But if you have the power of invincibility, then you can overcome your enemies as a superhero.
But you can only be invincible when you're wearing sunglasses. So if someone just slaps your
There you go.
sunglasses off, then you get shot.
That's it.
If I had to get
I would still
one
want to fly.
superpower, I'd want the power to. I don't know. Actually, I don't think
Live
I don't know.
underwater, like Aquaman.
Yeah, but then someone could toss out the would you rather. That could be like, if you live underwater, you could just never leave the water. That means whenever you leave the water, you just die. So you have to stay in water
No,
forever.
because Aquaman leaves the water and he's fine.
But we're not talking about in a perfect world.
Superhero.
We're talking about
Oh,
if you had to do a would you rather with superpowers, what would you give up or what would you deal with to have a superpower? Like, would you talk to animals, but every animal was an asshole? This is what I thought about when I was like 10 years old. This is how far my brain went. And then eventually I was like, maybe I don't need superpowers. Like, maybe that's just something. And then God's like, you solved it yourself. And I'm like, yeah, I did. Thank you.
Well, you already have psychic abilities, so there's your superpower.
Yeah, I don't know how far that goes. If I can predict the next lottery,
that could be a superpower.
That'd be pretty awesome. If I
You're a sorcerer. You're a wizard.
Dude, you know what I would be conjuring up? I'd be conjuring up some weird ass shit if I was a sorcerer. I would be diving so far into that realm. Oh my God, I'd be Jimmy Dean.
Now that would be cool.
Biscuits for all.
Because I love like I love like that kind of world, like the the wizards and all
I'd
that
want
shit.
that
would
jumper
be cool.
ability. Yeah, I'd want
Oh, that's really that would be really cool. Where you can just jump wherever you want.
But you can only narrow it down to the certain place. So you can be like, I want to jump to New York City, but you don't get to pick a specific spot. So I could be dropped right in front of a car. So that would make me be very cautious of when and where I did it.
Yeah, because in the movie, like it has to be real specific, and you got to know exactly where you want to jump to.
Yeah, he had pictures.
So, but that's what I'm saying. I could grab you, jump you to the top of the pyramids, and drop you and jump away.
I would just stay there as long as you drop me off with like Honey Smacks or something. Just a nice sustainable thing of energy.
I'd be like, what? I'd be like, what do you want to eat tonight? Oh, you want real French food? Let me go to France. Right? There you go.
Yeah.
Real
drop me off on the pyramid with Honey Smacks and be like, up here you go. Oh, and then you come back like 10 minutes later. I forgot the milk. I'm like, fuck that shit. Like, I don't need that. I'm in this hot ass desert. I'll still be eating dry cereal as I'm putting a handful in my mouth.
Which, by the way, speaking of pyramids, we still don't know how the pyramids got built. Still like an enigma, right?
We all know.
Aliens?
No.
Bigfoot?
No.
The Yeti?
Climate change. You give this podcast a year and a half, I guarantee you that'll be the new theory.
Climate change?
You give this episode a year and a half with that idea that climate change caused erosion or something. Someone will go real far into it, get real detailed with it, and they will load it up so fast. The next thing you know, that'll be the next theory. A year from now, you'll be telling me, you hear this conspiracy theory that the pyramids were built by climate change? And I'm like, remember that podcast we did and I told you? Whoever, I don't know, man. Maybe it was the aliens or maybe it was the people that do the fortune cookies. Because I swear to God, every time I get one of those things, they hit me so deep. It's like reading an Edgar Allan Poe poem.
Isn't it weird? Like and I really don't buy into all that the horoscope stuff, but like sometimes, dude, like what is written is
you need to look at
dead on.
You need to look at the episode that I freaking put up today, the 2.5 hour one I did.
Damn, it's like one of our episode lengths.
Horoscope reader and astrologist, and we went deep into that, man. Yeah.
Interesting.
It was a good one. I like talking.
Yeah, because astrology is cool, dude. Stars and all that. And like I said,
stars at night and wonder what else is out there.
You draw lines and you got the Minotaur and you got Sagittarius guy and
now I feel like I'm in the last episode I just did. Thank you.
It's cool. It's cool, interesting stuff, man. I mean, but who knows? Like I
Well,
said, who knows about anything?
exactly. And Mr. Ferrando, I know one thing is for certain:
What's that?
the saga will continue into
It always
2020.
continues.
It always
It will
does.
continue in 2020, where we will talk about topics in 2020
Yeah, topics, because we
that
never know where
interest
it's gonna go.
us. And we're going to talk about that one thing about the one place, and the other thing at that other place. So
Yeah, and
yeah.
that other guy we knew from that other dude that went to the store and sold those cabbages. I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
I like that for sure. Well, Mr.
All right.
Ferrando, do you want to sign us off?
Well, all right. Yeah, I guess I'll go back into my podcast mode here. So hey, everybody out there, out of all the out of the blankers out there, thank you so much for listening this New Year's Eve day. Happy New Year, all out of the blankers. Robbie Wan Kenobi, happy birthday, my friend. If you want to, reach out to Lando over here, you can hit me up on Instagram at Sith Talkers, on the Twitter, on Facebook. Shoot me an email, sithtalkers@gmail.com. If you shoot me an email, sithtalkers@gmail.com, me and my brother, we will give you with the biggest heart, the most love, the most loving, caring fuck you've ever heard in your life. So there you go. Because I call everybody Sith Talkers, so everybody's going to be out of the blankers, right? There you go. There's
Everybody's
your
gonna be.
fans.
Mine's just
There's your
people.
listeners,
I just people, and if
Robbie.
dogs could talk.
That would be awesome. I wish I knew if my dogs could understand me or my cats could understand me.
It's
I
probably
wish
like,
I
what's
knew.
with all the Star Wars shit?
They might walk in this room, they're just like,
Why
wow,
is
this
everything in a
motherfucker.
box? This is a paranoid version for people with
Open,
OCD. Open
open
it.
everything. What are you doing?
I made a Twitter the other day.
All right. So, hey, out of the blankers out there, if you want to reach out to Robbie, hit him up on Instagram at out of the blank, on the Twitter, on Facebook.
It's just a placeholder. I only did it so people don't have out of the blank with, so I figured I'd get it first. Also, whoever wants to contact me, Robbie, and look up my last name, Robertson. If you go on Twitter, you will find a guitar player who still tweets a fucking shit ton. Every 5 minutes, there's a tweet. Every 5 minutes. There is no resting with this guy. He hasn't created a new album in like 20 years, but he's still tweeting. Holy shit. They were like, you can be Rob Robertson 26. I'm like, what happened? Can I be the real Rob Robertson? They're like, no, it's this guy. And it's this dude with sunglasses who's like half Latino blood. And he's just cranking out songs more than Carlos Santana.
All right. So what number episode is this?
This will be 285.5.
All right, all out of the blankers. Thank you so much once again for checking out episode 285.5. We really, really do appreciate everybody listening. Just from Lando over here, really, really appreciates it. Robbie One Kenobi over there, he loves it. He's keeping it real. He's trying to bring people together, connecting people. Put down your cell phones. Pick up the real phone. Dial rotary. Right? Remember those phones?
I do remember those phones. They were a
All
pain in the ass.
right.
Imagine trying to text from that phone. You would definitely think more about what you're saying.
But
I asked him to pick up.
Happy New Year, everybody. Right? Happy New Year. Happy birthday again. And I'm been your host today, Mike Lando Ferrando, joined by the real host of Out of the Blank,
Rob's McGee.
Oh, that's right. You don't like saying it. Robbie One Kenobi.
You know how selfish it is to say your own name? I never enjoyed that. They'd always ask me, "What's your name?" I'm like, I don't know. Figure it out. This is a guess who.
Yeah. And may the force be with you, out of the blankers, always.